All right, maybe I'll just crack on and hope for the best. Ah, there's a thumbs up. Okay, great. Sorry about the delay. Okay, a couple of things to share with you this right now that I'm really excited about. First of all, my next album is coming out a week tomorrow, so I'm really, really excited about that. It's called The Sleeper Wakes. It's coming out on Edition Records, and the last single from the album is coming out tomorrow morning. It's called Harvest, and it's a really kind of joyous, summery piece. I hope you like it, and yeah, if you want to hear it as soon as it comes out, then follow me, follow Antlaw on Spotify or Amazon Music or Apple Music, or wherever you're listening to things. And yeah, and you can hear it from tomorrow, the piece Harvest. But the main reason we are gathered here today is Ari Hoenig, amazing, amazing drummer. Now, most of you probably know that I lived in Edinburgh for about 6 years, 6 very happy years. And when I was living there, Ari came, he stopped by Edinburgh, he stopped in on a tour and blew us all away. We went to watch him play, and everyone was mesmerized by his rhythmic concept and his playful musicianship, and it was completely great. And I decided I needed to understand that magic that was going on. So I want to show you something. Take a look at this Facebook post and pay close attention to the date. So it's back in May 2010. I saved my pennies and I went over to New York City to have some lessons with Ari and try to understand the magic and all the rhythmic stuff that was going on. And that was hugely inspirational to me. And out of that period of inspiration emerged the two pieces that you're going to hear today. Now I can't release all of the songs from my new album, because then I won't have anything to release a week tomorrow. So we're going to delve way back to the Entanglement album, which came out in 2013, and play two tunes from that album. Well, one is an original composition of mine, and one is an arrangement that you're going to hear. So we're going to close out today with a piece called Stract, which features Matt Ridley on bass, and of course Ari on drums. And this was really exciting because I sent the guitar part to Matt Ridley in the Cotswolds. He sent that back to me. Then I flung it across the Atlantic to Ari Hoenig in Brooklyn, and he flung it back. And then I flung it to Mekal Hassan, an amazing Pakistani guitar player and mix engineer who mixed that track for us. So that was quite exciting to be sending a file to Lahore. I've never been to Lahore. I hope to go there one day. So thanks very much for that, Mekal. And Mekal sent it back, and then you're going to hear it. So it really was a global thing. That's going to be preceded by a little bit of chat. And the first piece that you're going to hear is a John Coltrane piece called Satellite. One of my favorites to play. Train for me is the GOAT. He's the greatest of all time. He's a huge inspiration, and probably the reason that I play music and the reason that I play jazz. And if I did ever have to choose my Desert Island discs, they might all be John Coltrane discs. So I hope you like this one. It's got Ferg Ireland on the bass, another incredible musician, and it's based on How High the Moon. That's why it's called Satellite. Apologies to any musicians who already know that, but just for the uninitiated. Okay, let's start it off. So you're going to hear Satellite, then some chat with Ari, and then Stract, and I'll see you at the end. Thanks so much for tuning in. Feel free to tag people and share this post if you know anyone who might be interested. Cheers. Can you say Ari is a legend?
Ari is a legend.
Okay, cool. Let me just see if that. Thanks, man. I'm gonna quote you on that. Um, where are you at right now? Are you in New York City?
Yeah, I am. I'm in Brooklyn. Here's my studio.
Great.
Um, yep. The computer is on top of the piano right now.
Nice. How are you staying
How was my
sane?
lockdown? How am I staying sane? I'm not sure that I am, really. Um, I guess there are some saner days than others, you
Sure.
know. I'm staying busy,
Yeah.
for sure staying busy. Um,
You're quite a
and a lot of
passionate
it's music
educator,
related.
right? You
Yeah,
you do a lot of teaching, and you're very active on your Patreon, right?
I am. Yeah, Patreon. I'm doing a lot on Patreon. In fact, I'm doing some filming today
Cool.
about doing some compositional stuff, composition related stuff.
Mm.
So I love doing that. I love connecting with, with young, kind of budding musicians, drummers, or other, other players that are learning, their instruments, and also especially improvisational music, I guess.
Mm.
So I love, like, being a part of their development, um, and helping them in ways that I can. I've definitely been there, so
Mm.
I really enjoy that, actually.
Mm.
Patreon is part of that for
Mm.
sure. Connecting with all the the Patreon subscribers that I have, and then also, of course, teaching,
Yep.
which I do also,
Yeah.
which I also really enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, you were a tremendous help to me, actually, when I came for some lessons. I think it was around 10 years ago. And yeah, just a couple of the ways of approaching. I think it was like a bar of five, Here's some,
Good. I knew you looked familiar somehow.
yeah. It was so useful, kind of
Oh, great.
clapping and singing and building confidence. You said there was this one exercise. You said it basically gets you used to all the different parts of the bar.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Because I guess,
Subdivision.
yeah, like one can get really locked into, probably there's loads of different terms, but just playing the same rhythmic stuff
Right.
when we're out of 4/4 and things are less familiar. So anyway, so that exercise, and I actually pass it on. I don't know, I should give you some commission for it, but I've certainly passed that kind of method on and told people to listen to you and seek you out.
I have a video I probably had you get, but the rhythm training
Mm,
videos on My Music Masterclass, that's
mm.
where the method is.
Cool.
So if you wanna revisit it, or share it with any students,
Yeah,
that's the
direct them
method
there.
that you're talking about, and that's where I point everybody to, really, just to get that information. In fact, whenever I have a new student,
Mm,
I'll just say, look, there's no point in studying with me right now. Go through this stuff, spend a month or so, or even two, with this material first, because you're going to save a lot of time and money.
mm,
You
mm.
don't need to pay me to go over this stuff. Go over it yourself, and then once you start having questions, and then you need me, that's when we can start. So that's really, to me, what the kind of, if there's like a secret, or some sort of a key to understanding, the language of modern jazz, or
Mm.
or you could say, uh, how you communicate, how you can improvise and listen and respond, and have a conversation, like the whole rhythm training method is really what's behind that. In front of an
Pre-lockdown.
audience, or just gig?
Yeah,
Because I did a gig last Monday.
Smalls, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it was a Smalls. It was actually really fun. I don't tell anybody, but I almost like it better when there's not a lot of people there.
Why, noise
No,
and stuff like
I'm
that, or?
doing an interview, and everything. Don't tell anybody. That's really smart of me.
No way.
No, I don't. I don't really. I mean, I love when there's people there, but I
Yeah,
also really like. I kind of liked it when it's empty too,
yeah.
because it's just not, it's just much more chill.
Okay.
But because that place is always completely full.
Yeah.
And so you can't really walk. It's hard to get around. Like after the set, when I'm trying to get a water, it's like, I have to go on a mission.
Yeah.
To get a, just a drink of water. But anyway, I love Smalls, and I'm happy to, go back and do it. I don't know if it's going to survive, obviously. It's very, very iffy, but I think that, all the jazz clubs, we may see them, mostly pretty much shut down. It's probably pretty likely, probably just,
wow. Yeah.
I mean, that's reality, right? I mean, that's really what's happening here. I mean, we're not, if you just look at what's happening and you can kind of see a month or two or three or four or five or, 6 into the future, it's not really that hard. And it's just not sustainable. So, that's where everything's at. And, it's sad, obviously. Anyway, but that's why we have drugs, right? Like illegal drugs, so we can get happy.
Remain happy all the time. But so tell me.
I'm totally kidding.
Yeah. We do not condone the use of illegal substances at all.
Ari Hoenig said.
Yeah. When was your last gig with an audience, though?
With an audience. Oh, well, it was right at that time where everything shut down. There was that weekend in mid-March, I guess it was, I don't know, the 13th or 13th, I think. And then, so I went to, went to Canada to play that Saturday night, or it was a Friday night. And then the Saturday night I was going to play in Pittsburgh, fly to Pittsburgh, but then the Pittsburgh gig got canceled.
Right.
So, that's when everybody's gigs got canceled. Like they pretty much got canceled on the same day. Everybody was just the day or 2 day, like 1 or 2 day difference. Pretty much is what happened for us in the U.S. and Canada as well. It just kind of hit everybody the same, and then it just moved so fast, and everybody was just like, "What's going to happen in the next 10 minutes?" Because everything's changing so fast right now. Forget planning what I'm going to do tomorrow. Like everything's just changing. So that was my last gig. I think it was in Toronto. It was on the 13th, I guess, or the 12th. One of those days. It was that Friday.
My last gig was in Hamburg, and it was on the 11th of March, I think.
Right.
And we were kind of
still in that same zone.
We were worried at that point that when we got back to the airport, that we might be like quarantined in the airport for like 2 weeks or something. It was all up in the air, but nothing happened, and we got home and it was all fine.
I did a kind of a cool gig, which was Act for Music. I don't know if you've heard of Act for Music, but they do this whole concert series, and so I actually produced a night with myself and Tigran Hamasyan and Jorge Glem and Munir Hassan, so just some of my favorite musicians, and they all played solo sets, and it's really cool.
Wow.
But so that's online. That's something that you can still stream through the summer.
Cool.
And definitely recommend getting that. I'm just spending a lot of time with my kids.
Yep.
We're doing activities every day, and just playing video games too. And
what video games? What video games?
Like wasting of my time. I've been playing this game with them. They were really into this game called Roblox, and so I play with them sometimes. And then I've been playing this like Japanese fighting game called Neo, which is pretty all-consuming as well. I like those kind of like really complicated games where you have to like look up solutions and stuff like that, because it just drives you crazy. Those are pretty fun. I've definitely been doing that, but luckily since I have a family, they keep it kind of in check, to some degree. So I'm not playing like 24/7.
Yeah, sure.
All in all, it's been pretty cool. To be honest, I like being home generally. Being on the road, I miss because of the music a lot, and I definitely, miss like earning my share of the, of the living of the family, which is nice too. But those are the main things that I really miss about being on the road, and so I don't miss the traveling for sure, and I definitely don't miss like the the day to day, and I like the people that I travel with and stuff, but but I'd still rather just spend more time with my family. My kids love that I'm home.
Yeah,
They're into it.
it's hard work, right? I have to say it's very heartening to hear you say that you're enjoying being at home, because lots of people seem a little bit stressed and kind of overworked over here because they're having to teach their kids from home, homeschooling and all that. So I'm always really pleased when someone says, no, I love it, I'm spending loads of time with my family. You're a good role model in that regard.
No, but it's not me being a good role model. It's first of all, I'm not on call like all the time. I don't feel like pressure, like, okay, I got to do something. My wife and I, we have help to take care of them as well. We have somebody that watches them on weekdays for time. So like that alleviates that burden for me. So that I mean, there's still obviously always somewhat of a burden, and that's okay. But it's not this like daily, 10 hours a day, like you have to keep coming up with things for them to do, and then they fight all the time. And that would definitely be frustrating. For me, I would get very frustrated for sure. So, don't make me a role model. I can't accept that. I mean, I appreciate it, but
Sure. Take it with
the kids are great. They love. I spend so much time with them.
Yeah.
No, it's. I definitely have time to to work and to to, like I said, do all the things that I was talking about. Compose and
Yeah, great, man. Well, you sound incredibly busy, so I won't take up too much more of your time. Thank you so much for bringing your musicianship to them. How did you find it, like recording with?
I was doing quite a few at first, and then my mic broke. I was starting to have, right after basically we did the last thing, like I started having problems with this mic, and I need to figure it out, and I don't know, I need some help, honestly. If anybody out there sees this and knows how I can plug in a Zoom mic to an iPhone effectively, right now I plugged it in and essentially drawing the power from the iPhone, and then it's making this crazy noise like,
wow.
It wasn't doing that though at first. So
do you think satellite? Do you think it was the dotted thing over the 9 in satellite that damaged the mic? Maybe
it really pissed off the. It pissed off the mic. Well, it's a Zoom mic, right? So the other question is like, there's been so much talk about Zoom, the program that people talk to each other on.
Yeah.
That the microphone just might be like completely jealous of all the attention.
It's feeling left out, I think.
The application is getting, and then it's just like, fuck you.
Yeah.
It stopped working.
Stamping its feet and kind of throwing the toys out of the pram. Yeah.
Or just going. And then of course I finish a take and I'm like, yes, that was amazing. And then.
You should send that, man. You should send it. People will think it was a hip, new kind of glitchy Aphex Twin kind of concept. I think just be like, this is what it is. Dig.
You think I'm at that Martin Scorsese point where I can just put out complete shit and everybody's like, that's brilliant.
You know what? If you sent me that, I probably would have been really upset. But actually, what you sent to me, I loaded it in. I've been working on 1 or 2 of these with some other people who I wanted to reach out to, and now I have time. But your track was the first. Really weird, recording just me with Click. So it was so spacious and weird and desolate, and then adding bass and then adding you. And on one of the tracks, the first track, Stract, I left that guitar take as it was, but with Satellite, I was like, I want to play with Ari. But you get this weird relationship where I guess you were playing to us, and then I'm now playing to you, and then it's like some weird leapfrogging thing going on. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess ideally, if you're going to do that, it would be better that I play to a click instead of you.
Yeah.
But, I'm sure it sounds great. I'm looking forward to hearing it.
What are you watching?
That's a good question. To be really honest with you, I was watching a lot of stuff before the lockdown, and I was really into some stuff, and then I just couldn't focus anymore on TV. So I actually haven't. The only thing that I've watched since mid-March is a show called Rami, which I really like.
Wow.
Rami, Ramy. It's on Hulu. God, what is it on? Hulu. Yeah.
Okay.
Hulu. It's great. It's really, really good. Excellent. Excellent show. But that's it. That's the only thing that I've seen since.
Cool.
But But really good things from from past, like Better Things. You ever hear that one?
No,
Better
no,
Things.
no.
That's really good. I really love that show. Pamela Adlon. Yeah, and yeah, there's a lot more. I have a list. I have my talking points about those, but
Oh,
I
sure,
can't
sure.
remember them
Don't
right
worry.
now. So you get those, but those are two of the top ones. For
Sure,
me.
Better Things and Rummy.
Is it good? The Pig. What is it called?
I mean, yeah, I'm not necessarily recommending it, but it's called Peppa Pig. I mean,
Pepper Pig. Okay.
it's like, I think if you're, I guess, like 3 or 2 or 1 or half a year old, this is like, it's like crack. You
I'm
just,
a little bit older than that.
how old are you? I thought you were. But yeah, so I mean, be warned that if they do develop a taste for it, you might not be able to turn it off.
Oh yeah, I mean, if it's 3, I don't have to worry about it because my oldest is 5.5.
Okay, okay.
I play them, movies with full of violence and sex, basically.
Pulp Fiction and yeah.
Schindler's List.
Along with the drugs. Oh God, yeah. I'll cut these together so it's like, so the interview basically says, you saying Ari Hoenig is a legend. I play my kids violent films and let's do drugs.
Oh my God!
Don't worry, I won't.
Blackmail me.
Don't worry, don't. All right, man. Well, yeah. Listen, thank you so much. Thanks for bringing your musicianship to these tracks. Certainly hope to make music in person with you one day.
Yeah.
I'll try to make that happen. And yeah, have a good one, man. Stay safe. Look after yourself.
Great working with you, Anthony. Thanks, man.
Cheers, man.
Take care.
See you soon.
Right,
Bye.
Bye.
One, two,
Thanks very much for tuning in, everyone. Next week, it's going to be my band. We're going to have a listening party where we listen through all the new album and have a chat about it and stuff. Remember to follow along for the new single on Spotify tomorrow morning. And yep, that's it. See you all soon. Thanks very much. Bye.